Congratulations to Rainier Beach High School. Shout out to Seattle. You understand? You know what I'm saying? Tyran Stokes and Rainier Beach High School actually win the 3A Washington State Championship. And we got to give them some credit here on Tampa Sports. So I'm going to get right into this because there's a lot of hatred that's being said about Tyran Stokes. You know what I'm saying? I actually have my certain takes about Tyran Stokes personally that I've said on previous episodes. But you guys know my stand. I know that he's going to be a star in the league. Uh, I do think that there can be some improvement, but you have a lot of these guys out here that just like to take it to the extreme just for clicks, likes, and views. And I'm putting out an APP on this guy, man. I don't know if this is AI. I don't know if this is a real guy, but he's been popping up a lot. And it seems like that he's getting a lot of views, and it's all negative takes on players. And I'm gonna be honest, this guy doesn't look like he played any type of basketball or sports any day in his life. So let's hear what he had to say, you know what I'm saying, on behalf of Tyran Stokes.
Tyron Stokes is almost finished with his high school basketball season, and I still have no idea who he's playing against. Tyron Stokes is scoring 63 points in a game, and there's no defense. Tyron Stokes is scoring, and he's the only basketball player in the half court. There's no competition in 3A high school Seattle basketball. If Tyron Stokes was serious about developing his career, he would be looking for development. Tyron Stokes would be at an Oak Hills, Tyron Stokes would be at an IMG Academy, or Tyron Stokes would be in the Overtime Elite program. But he wouldn't be doing windmill dunks against 5'10 privileged kids who get picked up in a Mercedes Benz after the basketball game. Right now, if you watch Tyron Stokes' game film, he's just a guy who can dunk in the open court. You can go to any LA Fitness, and there are three guys who can do that right now.
That is crazy. I can't. Hey, but somebody pull. Look, y'all. Somebody pulled this guy over. I don't know if this is a real guy or if it's AI, but I mean, this is what I'm talking about as far as like how you have these small time media guys that just take things to the extreme. I mean, what are we talking about? And so, we're gonna explain here on Sam Sports. I'm gonna explain why he's gonna end up having a very successful college career. And it's because of the choices that he's actually narrowed it down to. And I also believe that Tyron Stokes understands where the game is actually involving in. A lot of players are. And if you look at the modern day NBA, y'all, it's dealing with a lot of defense. So this guy said some comments talking about, well, if he really took basketball serious, he would go to the likes of the school of an Oak Hill Academy, right? Where you see a lot of players like Carmelo Anthony that has been there, right? I can go down the list. D'Angelo Russell, right? We can go down the list. Oak Hill Academy has put out a lot of NBA players, but we're living in different times to where we're dealing with social media. You don't need to stay away from your family or leave your family or go live somewhere in a whole different state just to get recognition. Because as long as you have somebody, as long as you're getting buckets and you're getting highlights, best believe people are going to notice you. And so you have these negative narratives that are painted around these athletes. And I'm going to stick up for Tyron Stokes in this one because for the simple fact I do stay here in the Pacific Northwest. And a lot of the best hoopers that are coming out, not only from this year's, high school, rankings, but also coming into next year are from the state. You can go check out, the episode I just did dealing with Jalen Davis here on this same channel. But let's look at the as far as the as we're looking at the journey dealing with state and how Rainier Beach. I mean, he's talking. Most of the thing is about his defense, but I'm gonna rewind this back, y'all, because you see a lot of defense here, right? There's some defensive capability that people were questioning. Watch this right here, right after this. So there's defensive capability, and the NBA does a very good job in developing. Now, as far as like his body size, right, and his body type, I see a likes of a Scotty Barnes as far as him developing. You understand? But definitely, depending on the college that he decides to choose to go to, is going to dictate how high he's going to go in the NBA draft. Because best believe he's only there to do 1 year and go. I would if I was him at this point. I mean, if they had the rules in place, or if they still had that rule intact, I'm led to believe he would go straight to the league right now because he does have the scoring ability, the spot up jump shot. And that's what a lot of people get mad about, is about the show off. You know what I'm saying? The gloating after certain shots. I'm not going to lie. You know what I'm saying? I feel like, it's not really warranted as far as dealing with 3A, but I'm not going to knock 3A because a lot of guys that are talking about the talent, they're not out here, nor are they out there on the floor. Because number 12, like, I'm going to rewind this real quick, because number 12, he slept on, right? I want to slow this down, right? Let's slow this down because number 12 is slept on, y'all. A lot of people don't know about this guy right here, right? I'm going to slow it down a little bit. But number 12, guys, is slept on. And if he's getting space like this, he's clearly here to work on his game right there. That guy right there. This guy's got a future. He besides J.J. Crawford, he's literally that's their big three in my opinion. And those three, J.J. Crawford, Tyran Stokes, right? I don't know the name of this guy, and I should know, but they've been the main reason why that Rainier Beach has won a 3A state championship, and it's actually back to back. And so it depends on where he actually decides to go. And as you're looking at the schools that he has narrowed down, we got Kentucky, right? We got Kentucky. Hold on. Oregon, Kansas, right? He's narrowed it down to 3 schools. But he has also considered Vanderbilt and the Washington Huskies. And I can only think that the reason why that he's considering a school like Vanderbilt or a Washington Husky, UW, where he's in the state right now, is due to the fact that they will give him the blueprint, give him the open book, the green light, you understand, to continue to do what he was doing here at Rainier Beach, because this is the reason why he came here. Don't get it twisted. A lot of people will sit there and hate on him. Oh, he's playing 3A. Well, you don't understand the path it takes to get to the professional ranks. I mean, we're living in 2026 where it's almost impossible to make it to the league. So, I mean, we've seen the same criticism dealing with LaMelo Ball when he decided to take a different route. But guess what? That route that he took led him to the league. It helped him focus on his offensive game. And clearly, this is what Tyran Stokes came down here to do. Focus on your offensive game. Get buckets. That way, you have the confidence going into college where you're going to play against more higher elite defense, guys that are your size. So he's got it down to Kentucky, Oregon, and Kansas. He has also considered Vanderbilt and the Huskies. Now, out of Kentucky, Oregon, and Kansas, guys, I can see Oregon due to the fact that he already has a Nike contract. As you guys see right here, Stokes' decision is influenced by his NIL deal with Nike. But he has stated that it won't impact his college choice. His top choice is Kentucky, but he is also considering the other 2 schools for his future in college basketball. Now, he didn't mention who these other 2 schools are as far as what's reported from Sports Illustrated. But I'm led to believe that those 2 schools are UW, which is Washington Huskies, and Oregon. Okay, because his top choice is Kentucky, which would make sense due to what they've had in the past. They've put out pretty much the most first-round draft picks over the last, I don't know, 15 years. So it makes sense, right? And they would definitely give him the green light too as well. I mean, but his family is already out here in the Pacific Northwest. I can definitely see him going to UW or going to Oregon. I say that he ends up signing on Oregon. You heard it here at Zam Sports. But I don't know what this guy's going to do. But that's what I'm going to predict due to the fact of his NIL deal and that Nike deal that he has. And definitely Oregon will give the bag and will offer the bag to get the likes of a Tyran Stokes. And he will be allowed to do exactly what he wants to do. So you can't listen to negative media, right? From the likes of AI guys who's never played sports at all, doesn't understand, doesn't pay attention, doesn't watch how the game's evolving and what it takes as far as to the path to get to the league, because you got to attack it at an aggressive range. So you have to make moves. It's the same thing that we see in college, even dealing with the transfer portal, which is why I said that there's going to be a transfer portal ended up in high school. Give it about 5 years from now, if we happen to see that, right? Or if I happen to see that. Mark my words. So Tyran Stokes was getting a lot of overrated chance, you know what I'm saying, in the semifinals. You understand? But before I get to that, right, I want to get to the quarterfinals where he put up a triple-double. 24 points, 12 rebounds, 11 assists in just 29 minutes. I mean, what are we talking about? All right. And as you guys are seeing this, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, understand this. He's coached by an NBA player, possibly the best sixth man of all time in Jamal Crawford. I believe he is. Some may say Lou Williams, right? I say Jamal when it comes to the boogie, right? I mean, he's I mean, the cross, you know what I'm saying, to the left between the legs, you know what I'm saying, just to plant to the left, you know what I'm saying, and hop step, you know what I'm saying, back behind the back, you know what I'm saying, to the right, plant to the right, you know what I'm saying, foot, you know what I'm saying, to go up, you know what I'm saying, for a layup. I mean, what are we talking about? And, you know, you can't listen to the naysayers because they weren't able to do these things, which is why you're going to see AI. I believe he's AI, right? But this guy has some solid moves, man. I'm going to be real. Do I think that is going to translate to him being a superstar in the NBA? Because I've seen interviews dealing with Tyran Stokes, and, you know, he was asked the question, do you feel like you can beat this certain NBA player in high school when, you know what I'm saying, if you were like in their time? They mentioned LeBron James. He said, sure. They mentioned, you know what I'm saying, like Kobe Bryant. He said, for sure. I mean, they went down the list, and he said everybody. So you can't get mad at the confidence that the brother has, you know what I'm saying, that my brother Tyran Stokes has, because he believes in himself. And that's the number one trait that you need. You have to believe in yourself, because everybody's not going to believe in you, which is why you have AI generated guys like this, man, right, who doesn't show any emotion. I don't know what nationality is, because it's an AI. He's got to be AI, man. Right? Skin too. This is AI. And people are listening to that, right? Who don't watch basketball. We're talking about 24 points, 9 of 12 shooting, by the way. 12 rebounds, 11 assists. Oh, but I thought he didn't get his teammates involved. Well, he clearly does, because his teammates definitely involved. I mean, we're talking about J.J. Crawford, who he's playing next to, who I believe is the best freshman, you know what I'm saying, in high school basketball. Going into next season, being a sophomore, will be I feel like he's the best sophomore in high school basketball. When he goes into his junior year, the best junior in high school basketball. Going into his senior year, best senior in high school basketball. Trust me, guys, I've watched closely. So they definitely got something cooking. Now, they're going to lose Tyran Stokes, and it's going to definitely be, you know, a decline for Rainier Beach, but you never know, because as you see, despite the fact that those are hating on Tyran Stokes, he still won a championship. All right. And this was back to back for Rainier Beach. You understand? Back to back. You know, I've had some friends in the past, like, you know, Marquise Gursky, you know what I'm saying, who won a state championship from Rainier Beach. There's been a lot of great players that came through Rainier Beach that a lot of people don't know about. Rainier Beach has produced a lot of overseas and NBA players. We're talking about, in my opinion, I think the best players to ever come out of Rainier Beach. And this is just my opinion, guys. It's a hot take, but Lodrick and Broderick, Roderick, the twins, man. Right? They ended up playing for Oregon, but or for UW, I believe. I believe it's Oregon. I don't know. One of the two. I mean, but they was rocking. I mean, the twins, I mean, the first, what I call the first jump off twins, Rainier Beach. Nate Robinson, Rainier Beach. You understand? I mean, what are we talking about? So, DeJounte Murray, JJ, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, come on. Jamal Crawford, now JJ Crawford, now Tyran Stokes. I mean, so you never know what can happen going into next season. Jamal Crawford might be able to reel somebody else in that's up there ranked. We'll see. But what I do want to see is I would have liked to see the likes of a Rainier Beach play against the Bremerton Knights, because I think the Bremerton Knights could beat this team the way it's constructed now. But that's just me and my biased opinion. But hey, shout out, hey man, that's beautiful, man. Look at Jamal Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them boys, man. State champions, Tyran Stokes. You understand? Well deserved. Make sure you guys comment in the comment section, like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and let me know what you guys think going forward, what school that Tyran Stokes is actually going to end up choosing. I got him going to Oregon. And also let me know in the comments how you feel Rainier Beach will do next year, moving forward with the likes of JJ Crawford taking over the realms. But this is another episode, you know what I'm saying, of Zam Sports. I'm your host, Zam. I appreciate y'all for tapping in with me. Make sure you guys, you know what I'm saying, hit that like, share, and subscribe.